Welcome to PrepsNet Coach Speak with Homewood Patriots head basketball coach Elijah Garrison. Here's your host, Aubrey Johnson.
Welcome in, Coach.
Yeah, thanks for having me again.
Okay, so last Tuesday, you had a game against the Minor Tigers, lost to them in a tight game, 51-49.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, we opened up area play with them here at home, and I'm sure it was a fun game to watch, with as close as it was.
Yeah.
I thought they did a really good job. They controlled the tempo of the game. They
Right.
kind of imposed their will of their game plan, and kind of made us chase from behind all night long. So, kudos to them. They got a really, really good guard, and then we talked about him the last time we talked.
Right.
He and probably their second best player combined for right at 40 of their 51 points. So
Right.
Definitely got to do a lot better on those two the next time we play. But it was good for them. They started off on the right foot and kind of put us a little bit behind the eight ball. So
Yeah, okay. So then on Friday, you traveled to Parker, played them, and a little bit of a role reversal in that one. You won it by a score of 61-58.
Yeah.
Tell us about that one.
Yeah, so we just challenged our guys. This area thing goes pretty quick, and if you lose two in a row, you are really behind the eight ball. So
right.
We had to come out and have a good showing, and honestly, we didn't for the first half. I didn't think we played very well. We only played well for about a quarter, in my opinion.
Right.
Kind of stretched the lead a little bit and had a 12, 14 point lead, and then we decided we wanted to make it interesting and started turning the ball over. So, but it was good. I was glad that we closed it out well and we walked out of there with a win, because that one very easily could have went the other direction. So
gotcha. So good. Tomorrow night you play against an area team, Jackson-Olin.
Mm-hmm.
How will you game plan against the Mustangs?
Yeah, it's the most important game of the year.
Right.
We're gonna. I think the last two games we've let Parker and Minor control the tempo at times, and so that's kind of what we've worked on the last 3 days. Is that we don't want the other team to control our tempo. We control the tempo of the game, and so that's how we're going to approach tomorrow night, and hopefully good guys come out on top. So.
Right. So then on Friday you play Minor again. What do you expect to see from the Tigers?
Yeah, they play Parker tonight. They're playing with a lot of confidence. They've won 14 out of the last 15 games.
Wow.
They've won 11 in a row. So
that's tough.
A team with confidence is super scary, right? So we'll see how tonight goes versus Parker, and then maybe change up a little bit of things in our game plan going into it. But at their place, I expect a crowd on a Friday night. And they have all the juice in the world right now. So it's not like you walk up in there and you're guaranteed to win. So we better be ready to go to war, and we got to take care of tomorrow night first before we start thinking about Friday night. For
sure. But we need to talk about this because it's only 2 weeks away to the end of the regular season.
Yeah.
We're right about there.
Yeah.
What needs to happen over the next 2 weeks for you to consider this season a success?
Yeah, I think that's obviously it's a broad question, right? You can answer that a million ways. And I think one thing about our team is, early on you could point at that we didn't have experience, because we had a lot of guys that were playing varsity for the first time. Right. But at this point, you're pretty much a year through your varsity season. So I would say we start getting some consistency, and that would be a good thing.
Okay.
So that would be the main thing for me, is just can we get some consistency?
Sure. So that's our show. We appreciate your time, and we certainly appreciate yours. Join us again next week for another Homewood version of Coach Speak.